Welcome to 3 Expert Tips with Anette, Talie, where top experts in the real estate world give you tips and tricks to grow your business. Here's your host, Anette, Talie.
Welcome to 3 Expert Tips. I am your host, Anette, Talie, and my guest today is Alina Trigub. Welcome, Alina.
Hi, Annette. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
It's such a pleasure to have you here because we met at the Raising Money Summit in October last year, and you gave an amazing presentation, and I'm so happy that you are here with us today.
It's my pleasure, and thanks for the compliment.
So let me tell you guys about Alina. She is the founder and managing partner of Samo Financial. It is a boutique private equity firm specializing in helping a select group of people passively invest in the commercial real estate. Alina welcomes warm introductions of accredited investors that are looking for help to preserve their wealth, find ways to save on taxes, and make additional passive streams of income. Alina's business model has been articulated well by Warren Buffett, indicating that someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Alina is the founder of 2 meetup groups named The Power of Passive Investing Through Real Estate, which gather in New York and New Jersey. In addition, Alina offers educational seminars in collaboration with various administrators of self-directed IRA companies. Topics revolve around aspects of getting started investing in syndications by using funds in solo 401k or self-directed retirement plans. Alina has helped her clients to acquire and invest in over 1,200 apartment doors and over 10 million fund focused on self-storage. Wow, Alina, that's impressive.
Thank you. Thank you, Annette.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into real estate.
Certainly. So my education started in business school where I was getting my degree in accounting, and I started out as a tax accountant initially, worked in the field for a little while, but never really liked it. So I left accounting altogether and went into software development industry. And while working in software development industry, I have always been thinking about taxes and how to lower taxes. And as my and my husband's incomes were growing, obviously the tax brackets were growing and the tax implications were growing. And I had always been looking for ways to minimize those tax hits. And that means that real estate has been on my mind for many, many years, but I never really took action until about 6 or 7 years ago when I started researching the real estate further and came across the world of syndications. So it piqued my interest, and I digged a little deeper and decided that this was the type of investment that I wanted to do. And I started investing as a passive investor, or equity partner, as I call it. Invested in one syndication, then another and another. And after doing it for several years and realizing the benefits, I thought that this was a great method of passive investing that nobody around me really knew. And, I'm just talking about surrounding my coworkers, friends, family, people that I know of. And given that my education was in accounting and then MBA in finance, I thought that people that I know also have similar background in education. So if people in financial industry don't know about this, then what about the rest of the folks that are around me? And I need to bring this to market. I need to share it with other people that there are ways to make money completely passively without any interruption to their day-to-day life. And not only that, also you make money, you save on taxes, and then when we buy and renovate property, you're actually making a positive impact on the community because you're beautifying the place. So I thought this was huge. And that's how I started my company. And when I had that idea of helping other people to build that wealth through this passive real estate investing. So that was my journey.
Awesome. Awesome. So Alina is going to share with us today 3 expert tips on how to decide whether to invest actively or passively.
So if you are at the point where you know you want to invest in real estate, but you haven't decided yet on which strategy to implement, rule number one, prior to deciding which strategy to implement, decide whether you want to be active in the business or passive. And when I say passive, I mean truly completely passive, where your involvement is minimal, maybe, up to 5 hours, or not more than that, maybe 1 hour or even less than that. So it's truly passive. It's sort of very similar to how you invest when you're buying stocks or mutual fund. You click a button, you buy a fund, and you forget about it, leave it, unless you're an active trader and someone who trades on a daily basis actively. So same applies to real estate. So in order for you to decide whether you want to be active or passive investor, first of all, you need to determine how much time do you really have for the real estate as a business. And if you're someone who, let's say, is a busy business owner and you need to work on your business for, say, 50, 60 hours a week, then perhaps you have very little time to devote to real estate. Or say you're a busy professional in a senior executive role, then most likely you also work in 60 or more hours a week and don't have enough time to spend on real estate, and probably something of a passive investment would be a better option in your case. The second tip, once you decide how much time you can devote to real estate, next thing devote, if you do have time, let's say you decided that you have 20 hours a week, which is a lot, and you can do a lot with that. You can definitely be an active investor. So if you have 20 hours a week, um, decide how much do you want to spend of those 20 hours working on this real estate business, because maybe within those 20 hours you want to do some hobbies, or you decided to excel in some sports, and you want to take new challenge of let's say running, and that will require 10 hours a week of your time. So decide how much of that available time you want to spend on real estate as a business. And the last tip, which is most important, I determine what is your why. And what I mean by that, what is the reason you're going into real estate? Why do you want to invest? Especially if you want to be active investor, if you want to make real estate your business, determine why are you doing it. Are you doing it maybe because you need this money because you want to build a school in some poor neighborhood, or maybe you need this money because you want to put your kids through colleges, or whatever the reason is, or help friend or help a family member that has health issues, whatever that reason is. If that reason is big enough and you're planning to make real estate your business, that will help you succeed. Because if you just say, oh, I just want to be famous, I do have 20 hours, but that reason, that why is not strong enough to push you forward. Believe it or not, just like with any other business, there will be ups and there will be downs. It's not going to be a straight line, and it's not only going to go up exponentially all the time. So you need to be ready to some fluctuations, just like with the market. And in order to go through those fluctuations and stay strong and continue moving forward, you have to make sure that your reason why is strong enough to push you forward. And if you want to hear more about the why, I suggest you read up on what Simon Sinek is saying. I believe he did a TEDx talk on this, and I think he has a book about this. I don't remember the exact title, but I can definitely pass it to Anette later on. So very, very important. So determining how much available time you have, how much of it you want to spend in real estate as a business, and the third one, identifying your why. Those are the 3 major tips.
And that's so valuable, because I can relate to the why. You work really hard at the beginning when you're investing, so you want to have this reminder of the why you're doing it, because otherwise you're just gonna stop. So I totally agree. Thank you so much for adding so much value to my audience and coming on today for the expert tips.
It's my pleasure, Anette. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
This was 3 Expert Tips with Anette Talie, brought to you by Talie Investments. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. Our goal is to provide amazing value to your real estate journey. Connect online at www.talieinvestments.com, where you can find this episode and more. Did you like this episode? Subscribe, like, and share.